Hello, this is part one of a 5-part video series on why living together before marriage will kill your relationship. If you're already living with someone or you're thinking of moving in with someone, you really need to watch this video to find out what damage you may unwittingly be doing. Hi, my name is Katharine Gray, and a very big welcome to you, to all our current subscribers who are watching the Christian dating coaching on YouTube. If you haven't already subscribed, click the red button below to subscribe. It's free and will mean you won't miss any of our future videos. Okay, let's get going with part one. The first reason why living together before marriage will kill your relationship is because there is no commitment. How can you practice commitment by not committing? You either commit or you don't. There's no halfway point. Marriage is marriage because of the eternal promise you make to your beloved. Mere cohabiting is mere cohabitation because you've declined to make that promise. You can't practice the underlying devotion of marriage by taking on a roommate any more than you can practice parenthood by adopting a parakeet or buying a houseplant. It's one of those all or nothing propositions. People often say that getting married without cohabitation is like buying a vehicle you haven't taken for a test drive. That seems a really weird way to compare your betrothed to a car, but all right, let's go with this very strange and inadequate metaphor. If marriage is a car, then commitment is the engine. It's the thing that propels the marriage, gives it life, defines it, and makes it worth something. So test driving this particular automobile is like whipping the wheel back and forth in a vehicle with no engine. It might be a fun way to let off some steam, but you aren't going anywhere, you aren't doing anything, and you certainly aren't learning what it's actually like to drive on a highway. It's not enough to say that cohabitation is different from marriage. The truth is, it's the direct opposite of marriage. In marriage, you live as one united through sickness and health until death do you part. In cohabitation, you live as two divided for an undetermined period of time, for as long as it remains convenient until one or both of you decides otherwise. You might point out that modern marriages function more like the latter than the former, and I'd agree. That's the point. Cohabitation doesn't resemble marriage. But sadly, in our culture, marriage increasingly resembles cohabitation. Couples inevitably bring the cohabiting mindset into marriage because it's hard to flip the switch, especially when your married life looks exactly on the surface as your life before. You leave your wedding reception and you return to the apartment which you already shared, and lives that were already intertwined in every practical way. The only difference, and it's a huge one and a defining one, is that now you've made a lifelong commitment to one another. But that's not what you practiced. You haven't practiced commitment, you've practiced avoiding commitment. You've practiced living with this person tenuously and conditionally. And whether you intend to or not, there's a good chance you'll continue on living exactly as you rehearsed. That isn't great. So there's lots of food for thought there. I hope you found that useful. Give us a thumbs up in the comment box below. And don't forget, this is a part one of 5-part video on 5 reasons why living together before marriage will kill your relationship. So do subscribe by hitting the red button below. Put any comments in. What do you think about this whole topic? Do you think that you can really commit to somebody without the commitment of marriage? Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.